A good day for Manchester United, beating Sunderland by 2-0. Two very good goals as well. The first from Mason Mount, a beautiful finish from Brian Mbeumo's cross. The second from our big striker, Benjamin Šeško, mix up at the Sunderland defence, and there's Šeško to tap in from close range. And 2-0 it finished. A much needed 3 points for Ruben's Reds, and we go into the international break. All smiles here at the Theatre of Dreams. Welcome to Matchday Review. Joining me, former Reds Wes Brown and David May. Maisie, really good result that. Every game in the Premier League is a tough one. Sunderland came in flying high in the league, but we put on a really solid professional performance from start to finish.
Yeah, excellent performance. So, right from the get-go, we was on the front foot. We mentioned about getting an early goal. Obviously, you know, Mason Mount, brilliant finish. Just set us up really for the rest of the game. And Šeško getting his second goal, 2-2. Great little poacher's finish. A really top result for us. It was, and as you said. So, you know, Sunderland coming into it on a little bit of a roll themselves. But no, good, really good performance by the lads.
And a clean sheet is really good for the team as well, for that defensive work that we've done. The new keepers come in, Senna, Lamens, and done really well. So that's a really positive point from the performance, that clean sheet.
Yeah, listen, I think as defenders, clean sheet is most important to us. You can't lose a game, but I thought we were solid today. They would have come into this game with a little bit of pressure on the backs, but I thought every man did the job perfect. And then obviously the keeper comes in, adds maybe a little bit more pressure before the game. And listen, he was excellent. When he needed to do stuff, he did it very highly. There was one incident where he come running out, but you could see he had the good spring. He'd done a couple of, I'm going to say easy saves, but he did it right. Came out to, you know, catch the ball when needed from a free kick or a cross. And I think the manager will be very happy, and himself, with his performance. But like you said, very solid performance from everyone. We still maybe should have scored a few more. You know, I don't think Sunderland were at the best today. But at the same time, it was a win that we needed, 3 points that we needed. And now we can go into international break with a little bit of confidence going into the Liverpool game.
Yeah, huge game upcoming after the internationals at Anfield. But most importantly, the win against Sunderland does take us there with a bit of confidence. Let's have a look at the main talking points from the game. And it was a real big incident early on for the Black Cats, as a big chance was spurned. And one of the things you said, Maisie, kind of in warning for our players, was don't switch off, be focused. But there was a moment here where maybe we did turn off a little and allow a big chance for Sunderland.
Yeah, I mean it's an absolute unbelievable chance for Sunderland there. You know, that goes into the back of the net. You're thinking, you know, is it going to be another one of those? But, you know, he gets in front of Diogo. It's a good run by him, to be fair, by the forward. But Diogo's got to see that danger. You know, you can see that.
Score, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
The player has to score, doesn't he? It's a great chance early on.
If it's a target, then it's probably a goal. But, yeah, just that little bit of switching off, not looking well. You know, maybe his body language is a little bit different. Should have been side on so we can see both. You can see the run then, but as soon as you've got your back to your defender, you don't. Oh, sorry, to the forward, you don't know where he is. And we got away with one there.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't long after that we went up the other end and scored. Just 8 minutes on the clock when Mason Mount got his goal, and a really nicely taken goal as well. Decent move as well by us, Wes, but a lovely finish.
Yeah, well, just before this, like we just seen, Sunderland had a pretty good possession at times. But you know, we start to build it up. We take a little bit more of the control of the game, and we were all hoping, you know, when you've got this sort of time and space, this is where you want to start really punishing teams, when they're giving you time on the ball and not really getting up to you. But I mean, these two can cause anyone problems on the wing. But Bromo, you know, and we talked about the crossing. Maisie talked about the crossing at the beginning. Get your crosses in, defenders. We're not, you know, it's not a nice thing. You're not always safe, and you can see there Sunderland too deep, but what a touch by Mason. You know, Bromo, he's looked for that, he's seen that pass, and Mason, I tell you what, some finish.
Yeah, what's better, the first touch or the second? Because to bring it down was hard enough, but then to execute that skill to score, equally tough.
Probably the finish, I still think. It's still hard to do.
Yeah.
You know.
But you've got to look at the first touch that sets up the second. But you don't take anything away from the pass into him, by the way. You know, it's a brilliant first touch. Takes it away from the defender, and you know, it's not like side foots it into the corner.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't panic.
But you don't have to smash it, do
No,
you? Sometimes
no.
placing it like that is the
You can-
perfect finish.
Yeah, you can use the defender as a little bit of a block, but just a great little build-up with Ahmad and Bumo on that right side. I thought they absolutely ripped them to bits in the first half.
Yeah.
You know, they're cutting side so many times, and the keeper made some really good saves. But that ball was a brilliant ball, and it's a first touch that sets a goal up, really.
Yeah, and you were both saying in Matchday Live, in build-up to the game, get the first goal. Can we start really positively? And that we did. Then we started building up more chances. Bruno Fernandes, of course, at the heart of most of the good things that we were doing. Had a great opportunity as well. And again, we're getting bodies forward, Maisie. There's a lot of pressure on that Sunderland back line. Some decent football too. And I think you both mentioned most of the good play was coming down our right, the Sunderland left, and that link up between Burmo and Ahmad. Again, a cross goes into the box. The ball's kept alive. Eventually, it comes back to Bruno, who's really unlucky with a delicate little sort of chipped finish, which the keeper does brilliantly for.
It is. It's a great bit of play. Mason keeps it alive. Oh, maybe Delo.
Delo on there, back to Mason, and then to Bruno.
He just clips it, and it's a good save.
Very good.
But Ahmad's got to do better there, I would imagine.
Is he caught there between heading it for goal and heading it back across goal? Because he does neither, really.
He does neither, and I mean, if you ask him, I would imagine he's actually going for goal. But you've got to be obviously you've got to be in the right position, and he's in the right position. But just the execution. But again, by Bruno, you know, great little clip to the top corner. It's a good save. You've got to give the keeper, credit.
But the follow-up has to be scored.
Yes,
that's a big chance.
That's a huge chance. Yeah, it is. And so much as like we get the second goal, just shortly after that, that would then sort of like kill the game. We'd have been 3-0 up had that one gone in. And then we just get the second goal shortly after it.
Yeah, and that second goal when it came, Benjamin Sesko getting his second goal in United colours, which is brilliant for the striker, because we always say where's how strikers thrive on confidence and getting a goal-scoring run. He started a mini run for now, and this is a great poacher's goal in and around that 6-yard box where legends like Andy Cole will tell you most goals are scored.
Yeah, listen, he's in the right spot, and that's what you're hoping. You know, that's that 6-yard box around the middle. But I think, first of all, with the conditions today, the throw-in's perfect setup.
Yeah.
The ball can land anywhere. With a throw-in, you have to remember, when you're defending, you can't really get much power on it. It's not like a kick. So even if the defender heads it out, it's still around the box, just outside the box. But again, with the wind today, you know, there's no one. I mean, I think it's Delit challenges with it, so you can't get a free header anyway. But like you said, Sesko's in the perfect spot. Just gets in front of his man and gets his foot around it, and you can see a simple goal, but he's in that spot, and that's where we want him to be.
So tough for Mukiele there, the Sunderland defender, to clear it properly and cleanly because of the bodies around him, and like Wes said, the way the throw comes in.
Yeah, so you know that whether it's going to be a defender who's gone up to flick it on, or it can be one of their defenders, could have been one of their centre forwards that flicks it on. It doesn't matter. What it's done is cause havoc in their 6-yard box. And Sesko's done the right thing. He's gambled and he's got his rewards.
Yeah.
He's on the move. You know, he's not waiting. He's making it happen. He's gambled on somebody flicking it on, and he's got his goal. And it was a great time to score. To score the second goal. But that's what United need to do. United need to get more crosses into the box, more action in there to cause panic, and with Delo doing the long throw, we get our rewards.
Yeah, it was a healthy 2-0 lead at that stage, and we could have had more. There were some really good moments. in that first half, but the biggest moment to follow was right at the end of the first 45 when Sunderland were awarded a penalty initially anyway, which was then overturned by VAR. This is the incident, Wes, and it was given for a high boot by Benjamin Šeško. Your thoughts on the incident?
Yeah, listen, the ball hit him in the face. He would have seen at a side glance that Šeško's boot was a little bit high, but you still have to make contact, and you know, you can see him just pull out there. It doesn't hit him at all.
You know what? It's embarrassing, isn't it?
It is
really?
bad. I mean, Ben said it probably the best.
It is
Does your foot
embarrassing.
need to be there? But it's definitely not a penalty. Simple as that.
Yeah, so the ball's hit him in the side of the head there.
Yeah.
But he's gone down like he's been kicked,
shot.
and that's
Yeah.
why the refs give and the linesmen have give the penalty. But
You can understand, I guess, why on field it gets given, because it
Maybe.
happened so quickly,
yeah,
and then
maybe. But when you look at it, I mean, yeah, the ball's hit him on his ear, and he's gone down like he's kicked him. So
But thankfully VAR
That's
intervened,
a good-
Maisie, and the
well,
right decision was reached.
That's a good thing about VAR. You know, you can bring it back because it was a referee and the linesman that's give the penalty initially, but VAR pulled it back, and rightly so. But I mean, what the lads doing, I've no idea. I just don't get it. So
It would have been a very different game had that been given and Sunderland had converted, because that 2-1, it would have been perhaps a bit more nervy lead, but the fans were delighted. We all were. The corner that resulted almost gave Sunderland a goal back in the game. Wes, this was a great opportunity for Hume.
yeah, and this is what we're talking about. When we're playing recently, we're not up to scratch yet, because I mean that's right at the end of the game. They're probably their best header of the ball gets a free run up, and he should have hit the target. He probably should have scored. Now we talk about it all the time. You play a better team, they probably knock the first one in. Where Dallo, he just got in front of Dallo, and they probably score that one as well. And that's the little bits where we need to be focused more and just be aware where everybody is.
Yeah, like at Anfield next, if that's Van Dijk on the far post with
probably
that headed
scored.
chance, you know it's probably going to
yeah,
be a goal. So you've got
and if
to
the first
tidy up
one's-
those moments.
And if the first one's Salah, you would imagine him putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So we've rode our luck a little bit there, but look, sometimes you need a little bit of luck, and we've got our luck there in the first half with those two instances.
Ruben mentioned in the build-up to this game he was delighted to have Ahmad back because he has such an infectious enthusiasm, doesn't he? He's really aggressive with his movements as well, and Ahmad certainly was involved in some really good moments. The Ivorian is just a bundle of energy, Wes, isn't he? I love his style. He's very direct. Probably because he's playing his former team, Sunderland, as well. He's got even more determination to do well. But he had a really good half, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, they love him at Sunderland as well. He did good things, but I mean, today I still think that side can get even better. If them two were to start most games, it could be frightening for the defence, because both of them can attack pretty much the same, with the same speed, same sort of skill levels. You know, I would say Ahmad can also go down the side as well at times, but other teams now, you've got to be wary. If Ahmad is playing in that position, you can't switch off, because he's got the energy, he's got the brain to be able to break off whoever's sort of thinking, you know, I'm playing left wing or something today, I can maybe not do all the running.
Yeah.
You can't do that when he's playing in that position, because
Brilliant
he
bit
will
of play
get
as
through.
well. Like Sesko. Again, receives the ball, first ball out, straight to Ahmad, and they couldn't really get close to any of those players in the first half. They absolutely ripped them to bits, and then again the goalkeeper making a similar save to the one earlier off Ahmad.
But in moments like this, in this formation, the right wing back is almost another right winger, because Ahmad can play so far forward, can't he? So against certain teams, you know, that's going to be such a great route to goal. Surely you can get extra bodies forward.
Yeah, there was one in the first half as well where Euro overlapped and got a cross in as well. So you know, the more you cut inside, the more you can, anybody overlapping can just overlap and put the ball across the box. But I thought, particularly first half, them two absolutely destroyed Sunderland. They absolutely ripped them to bits.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to handle it. The second half was a little bit different, just how they got to terms with it, but first half, they absolutely ripped them to bits.
Yeah, they were superb. Okay, so a busy first half and a 2-0 lead into the second, and we were hoping that United could go and maybe get a third or even a fourth goal and really put the game to bed. And Brian Mbeumo, who had an influential game in that first half, started the second half pretty lively as well. We've said at the top of the show in Matchday Live and pre-match how much we love Brian's ability and his strength. He normally, though, does better than that, Wes, in that position because he's got such a good left foot, and this is his favourite position there.
Yeah, and listen, I think you're going to see him in that position quite a lot this season. But yeah, he knows he needs to do better there.
Yeah, that's classic Mbeumo position in there.
Through the seasons, you've seen him get on that left foot with that much space. He normally just curls that one in, bottom corner, top corner. But he just slightly was off balance there, and he wasn't quite meant to be. But listen, I still don't think he's at his best, and today he caused a lot of problems. We've maybe out the end product, but still the assist. You know, the assist was still there, but just that end product a little bit off. But again, like Maisie said at the beginning of the talk, he's a brilliant signing for us. Yeah. Exactly what we needed.
Sesko again was involved in there.
Yeah.
You know, he's got quick
That's
feet.
it, all his work off the ball and the little touches linking up play was really good.
Absolutely. He should be really proud of the way he's played today because he's put a shift in.
There weren't actually too many incidents in sort of the first 15-20 minutes of that second half. United were just controlling it. But the introduction of Matheus Cunha added a bit of dynamism, bit of life up there, and he was desperate to score a goal, wasn't he, Maisie? You could tell when the Brazilian came on, he was up for the fight, showed good pace, good determination, and was involved in a few moments. I think the defender does very well here, actually, to stay with him.
He does do well. He does. You know, he manages to get across Cunha there, and it's good defending, and you have to accept that. But the good thing is they're getting on the end of things. You know, that's half a chance as well.
Yeah.
And it's good delivery. You know, there's so many bodies in there. All right, doesn't quite get it on target, but another day that can be, nestling in the back of the net. But again, good press by Dorgu.
Yeah, he was also on as a sub and brought a lot of energy to the team. And Cunha there with the shot. You see, we've seen it again, haven't we? How keen he was to get his first Man United goal.
Well, they're all keen, and that's a good thing. You know, whichever forwards a manager starts with, they're all chomping at the bit now to get a piece of the action, and we've not had that over the last few years. You know, you've got three great players there now who can all, put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
It's only healthy for the club.
Also healthy is the goalkeeping situation with Senna Lamens coming in and doing really well. The lads mentioned his performance earlier. Let's take a look at some of his moments, Wes. And again, in Matchday Live pre-match, we were saying how tricky the conditions could be. But he adjusted well, and even though this might have been going wide from Xhaka's effort, it makes the save. You caught it a bit of a springy leap there, and he showed good athleticism and good distribution with his feet as well, and good command of his box. There were a lot of elements to be proud of.
Yeah, I think in that one there, yes, it did look like it was going wide, but he's still shown it's not going in,
Yeah, that's a good save.
With the width he got, and that one there, this is a good save.
Big opportunity for them, this.
I mean, that takes it to 2-1. I know it was at the end of the game, but he just watched the ball the whole way. Decided to save with his feet. This is what I like,
coming into bodies.
Yeah, it looks really simple, but why is it so good as a defender?
Well, as a defender, that's what you want. You want to see the keeper coming, and you could hear the crowd. You know, there was absolutely buzzing that, and a keeper's actually come for crosses and the saves he's made, and he'll be absolutely delighted with his debut because he's done a tiny little incident in the first half that he made a mistake. Sorry, second half, but he would be absolutely delighted with the way he's played. He will.
Finally, though, overall, Wes, both you, Maisie, as well, happy with
Yeah,
the performance and, most importantly, the 3 points.
I don't think you could have asked for much more. When you go 2-0 up half-time, you're probably thinking you're going to get a couple more. But let's be honest, there's times when we've gone up and then we've stepped off the gas in the second half. I thought we were still pretty good second half, but without that, that killer instinct a little bit. But with the pressure that the lads were probably on this week, obviously the new keeper coming in, just before going into international, it was a good performance.
Yeah, 3 wins in a row here at Old Trafford.
So we have to make this a fortress. We say it week in, week out, year in, year out. This place has to get back to where it has been in the past, where teams come to Old Trafford and fear coming here. We've lost that over the last few years.
Yeah.
3 wins on the bounce is a great way to start.
Yeah, smiles on everybody's faces here at Theatre of Dreams. Hope they are with you wherever you are watching as well. Let's get some post-match reaction from the dressing room, beginning with our head coach. Here's Ruben Amorim.
Ruben, 3 points and a win going into the international break. Does that make you smile?
Yes, of course, it's so much better to win games, and we were a team that were an adult team. We didn't play well all the game, but we had our moments, and we defend well. I think Sane did a great job, give us confidence. So it was a good day, not a perfect day, but to win like this, clean sheet, is important for our team.
And that's 3 wins on the bounce here at Old Trafford in the Premier League, and that's important as well, making sure the home form's right.
Yeah, of course, every team, especially the big teams, need to win every game at home, but we need to perform. And I'm not talking about the result, but we need to perform in the same way at home and away.
Ahmad, a brilliant outball to him all game long, and when he's in that kind of mood, when in that kind of form, he's so hard to play against.
Yeah, it's not just the way he attacks, but he defends really well. He runs a lot, and it's always a threat when he has the ball 1 against 1. So we are really pleased with him. We miss him last game, so today he did really well.
Benjamin Šeško, we've just spoken to him, and he's saying that there's more to come from Benjamin Šeško. He scored in back-to-back games. He's doing exactly what you need him to do as a striker, but he thinks there's still more from him. Would you agree?
He has potential to do so much more. That is the good thing on Ben. But the small details, like not just the goals that, of course, he lives for the goals, and the media puts a lot of pressure to score goals as a striker. But the important thing is every time we kick the ball today, he was there. Every ball, and that is, for me, it's the most important thing. Then we have to build up, because in this kind of club he needs to perform, but he's doing really well, he's working really well, and again, he has a lot to improve.
Just finally, going into an international break on the back of a win, what does that do for the confidence of your squad?
No, we have to forget that game. Of course, it's really important to win games, to have a better feeling, but we need to forget this game and to go for the next one. So tomorrow we just forget about everything, and we need to win the next one.
And that's it for Matchday Review. Thanks to Maisie and Wes. Thanks to you wherever you're watching as well. We will see you after the international break. Bye for now.